Hey everybody, it's Frank Spector from frankspectorlaw.com, medical malpractice lawyer in Maryland and in DC. And today I'd like to talk about a topic of settlement versus jury trial. At the end of your medical malpractice case, you're going to have a decision to make whether you want to pursue a settlement or you would like to go to trial. So let's talk about each one. Let's start with trial. So if you decide to take your case to trial, your case will be presented to a jury. The jury will hear all the evidence in the case, and a medical malpractice case can usually last somewhere between 2 and 3 weeks. At the end of the case, the jury will be the ones who decide whether or not the doctor or hospital is negligent, and they will also decide the amount of money that you get. So really, it's in the hands of the jury, and you really don't have any control over what the jury does once they go back into the deliberation room and decide about the case. Most medical malpractice cases, however, do settle. What is a settlement? A settlement is a negotiated number that you and the other side go back and forth, and if the number is acceptable to you, you accept it. How does a settlement usually work? In a medical malpractice case, usually we have what's called a mediation. A mediation is a time where both parties get together and they have a mediator. A mediator is somebody who is a third party who's neutral, which means they have no stake in the outcome of the case, and their job is to facilitate a settlement between the parties. And usually what happens is the parties will go back and forth and they will exchange numbers, and at some point you will decide whether that number is acceptable to you or not. Oftentimes a case may not settle at the first mediation session. Oftentimes there can be multiple mediation sessions. But in a settlement, you have control over whether the number is acceptable to you or not. So in any medical malpractice case, at the end of it, you will have a decision to make whether to settle the case or to go to a jury trial. And remember, if that number is not acceptable to you in a settlement, you always have the right to go to a jury trial. So I hope this video is helpful because I do get a lot of questions about what happens at the end of a medical malpractice case. And one question I do get a lot is, if the case does go to a trial, is the jury the ones who decide all of the issues, including the money? And the answer to that question is yes. So thanks for listening. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and continue watching my VideoTube channel for future videos.